Pranam, please accept my humble obeisances. Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutare Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshtarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Okay, so we are continuing to read Bhakti-rasāmṛta-sindhu. Last time we have completed the enumeration of the 64 angas of Bhakti. Now Rupa Goswami will be going into the details of each of the anga of Bhakti with the quotations from scriptures. The first one, Tatra Guru Padashreha Yatha Ekadashe. So there is the quotation for Guru Padashreya, taking shelter of the lotus feet of Guru. Quotation is from 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Tasmat gurum prapadyeta jigyasru shreya uttamam shabde pare nishnatam brahmani upasham samashrayam. So the person, the jigyasu, the person who is inquisitive on what? Shreya uttamam. The person is inquisitive on the ultimate beneficial thing. What is the ultimate good? The ultimate welfare. So a person who is interested in ultimate welfare for oneself and for others should take shelter of a guru. Thus, gurum prapadyeta. He should take shelter of a guru. And what kind of guru is that? What are all the qualifications of the guru? It is given in the next line. Shabde parecha nishnatam brahmani. He should be fixed in, or he should be expert in shabda. Shabda means, Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur is saying, Shabde means Bhakti Shastre. So he should be an expert in Bhakti scriptures. He should be well versed with the Bhakti scriptures. And then Brahmani, Pare Brahmani Nishnatam. So Pare Brahmani is glossed by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur as Bhagavat Vishayaka Shravana Kirtanatav Nishnatam Parangatam. You should be also an expert in the process of devotional service, which includes Shravana, Kirtana, and so on. Hearing, chanting, and other devotional services process. So two things the Guru should be expert. The Guru should be expert in Bhakti scriptures, and the Guru should be expert in the process of the devotional service. And Upa Samashrayam, he should also be tranquil in his mind. He should not be agitated. He should be peaceful and calm within his mind, not disturbed by material things. So that guru should be taken shelter by a person who is inquisitive upon looking for the welfare of himself and others. This is a quotation for Guru Padashreya, that it says that one should take shelter of Guru. The next anga of Bhakti is second one, Shri Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam. So let's look at the ones we have mentioned here. First is taking shelter of Guru. The next one is taking Krishna Diksha followed by Shiksha. So Krishna Diksha Shikshanam. This is also from Bhagavatam on the same canto, the next verse, same chapter as well. Tatra Bhagavatan Dharman Shikshet Guru Atma Daivataha Amayaya Anuvritya Yehi Tushet Atma Atmataha Harihi. So, the Guru, who is Atma, means he says Atma Vat Priyaha. That means he is very dear to oneself. So in this world, if you take a look at it, who are all most dear to us? You would see first our friends and relatives would be dear to us. Our country will be dear to us, or the place where we are coming from, the language we speak, the culture we are from, the food we eat. All these things, we would be very much attached to. And the root cause of all these things is ourself, because it is connected with us. It is connected with I, me, myself. All these things become very dear to me. So the root cause of all these things is attachment to myself. So we like in this world the most liked thing in this world for anyone is their own self. And guru should be treated like that. The guru should be very dear to oneself as much as one is dear to oneself. Okay, that is the meaning. Guru Atma Daivataha. So Daivatam, Ishta Devata, Devata Yasya Tatha Bhutaha. So he is also the worshipable deity for oneself. One can worship, just as one is worshipping Hari, one can worship Guru also. The Guru should be considered very close to oneself, and the Guru should be also considered one's own worshipable deity. And that Guru should be Amaya Anuvritya. So he should be served. Anuvritya means seva. So he should be served without any duplicity. He should be served without any duplicity. And then what you should do? Yaihi tushet atmadaharihi bhagavatan dharman shikshet janiyat. So that one should also learn from him. This is the shiksha part is being mentioned here. So one should learn from him. What one should learn from him? The devotional service, bhagavatan dharman. So one should first consider the guru as one's dear to one's own, as much dear as one's own self, and one should consider him as the worshipable deity, and one should serve him without any duplicity, and one should learn from that person the devotional service. What kind of devotional service? That devotional service by which Lord Hari is satisfied. And who is Lord Hari? It is mentioned Atma. He is also Atma. He is the real self. He is the self of all of us. So we like self, but he is the self of even the self. Then he should be liked even more. Right? So he is the real Atma. And not only he is Atma, he is also Atma Daha. He gives himself to his worshippers. So Vishwanath Chakravarti is saying, Atma Pradagacha Upasakanam Yatha Bali Prabhriti Nam, just as the Lord has given himself to Bali Maharaj. Similarly, he gives himself to all his worshippers. So he is praiseworthy, and he is most attractive, and he is most desirable person to attain. So that person, how you can satisfy, that knowledge you should take from Guru. This is the quotation from Bhagavatam on Guru Shri Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam. That is the second anga of bhakti. The third anga is Vishrambena Guroho Seva, doing service to Guru in confidence. In 11th canto, again, there is a quotation. Acharya mam vijaniyat na avamanyeta karichit na martya buddhya asuyeta sarvadevamaya guruhu. So Krishna is speaking to Uddhava. Acharya mam vijaniyat. You should consider the Acharya as myself. So here Vishwanath Chakravarti talks, what does it mean Acharya as myself? Or Acharya here means Guru. What do you mean by considering Guru as oneself? Or Guru as the Lord? The Lord is speaking. Acharya mam vijaniyat. Think that Guru as my own self. Krishna is saying that. So what does that even mean? Vishwanath Chakravarti is saying, Acharya mam. Mam means madiyam. That means he is my thing. He is very dear to me. He is a dearmost person to me. So when Krishna says Acharya mam vijaniyat, it should be understood as Acharya madiyam vijaniyat. The Guru should be understood as a person who is very close to me, very dear to me. That is why there is a quotation you would see, Atayeva Guruvaram Mukunda preshtatvena smara ityadi vuktihi api sangachyate. So the quotation is Guruvaram Mukunda preshtatvena smara. The Guru, the revered Guru, should be remembered as one who is very dear to Lord Mukunda or Krishna. So Guru is given so much respect and that position because he is very dear to Krishna. So the same thing is also echoed by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his Guru Ashtakam prayers, which we sing in the Mangalarati time. साक्षात् हरित्वेन समस्त शास्त्रैः उक्तः तथा भाव्यते एव सद्भिः साक्षात् हरित्वेन समस्त शास्त्रैः उक्तः. So the Guru is Sakshat Hari. He is possessing the Haritva, which means he is possessing the godliness or Hariness, you can say. He is possessing Hari within himself, or he is that possessing the qualities of Hari. In other sense, if you want to simplify the translation, it would be he is exactly equal to Hari. That is what all the Shastra is saying. Tata bhavyate eva sadbihi. Even the devotees, the sadhus, they also say that the Guru should be considered as equal to Hari. Why? Kintu, but, he says, Prabhoho yaha priyaha. Why he is considered equal to Hari? Because he is very dear to the Lord. That is why he is considered equal to Hari. Just as Prabhupada gives this example all the time, that when you are walking on the street and you see a person who is carrying a dog, and that if you go and play with the dog, the owner of the dog, he becomes very happy. Why? The person is identifying with the dog. The same with the kids also. If I have my son and somebody is coming and playing with my son, I become very happy because I'm identifying myself with the son, which means the son is very dear to me. So he becomes as if I am. If the son is treated properly in other places, as I treat as it is, as if I am treated exactly equivalent to that. So similarly, when the Lord's dearmost servant, which is Guru, is treated nicely, it is as if equivalent to treating the Lord himself in that way. So that is why he is equal to Hari. In that respect, we should not think that the Guru is actually the Supreme Lord. No, the Guru is a Jiva, but he is treated equally to the Lord because he is very dear to the Lord. And what he should not be do? Na avamanyeta karyachitu. No time he should be disrespected. We have to be very careful. Na martya buddhya asuyate. So he should not be disrespected using your material intelligence. You should not find fault in that person using our own intelligence. Once you accepted a guru, you should not find faults in that person, because we are using our material intelligence and our intelligence is not purified. So we will look all material things in that person. So one should not find fault using one's own material intelligence. However, if the guru falls down, that's a different case. But here we are talking about Sadguru. Sarvadeva Mayaha Guruhu. Why he should not be disrespected or he should not be found fault? Because he is the place where all devas reside. Sarvadeva Mayaha Guruhu. So this is the quotation for doing service to Guru in confidence. Next one is Sadhu Vartma Anuvartanam, following after the footsteps of Sadhu. Yathas Kande. Saha Mrigyaha Shreyasam Hetuhu Panthaha Santapa Varjitaha This is Anavapta Shramam Purve Yena Santaha Pratasthire. So, here he says you should search for that path. You should search for a path. Mrigya means you should search. You should search for a path. What is that path? That path which is previously followed by the devotees. Purve ena santaha pratastire. The path which is previously followed by the devotees and they have achieved the Supreme Lord without any difficulty. Anavapta shramam, without any difficulty. That path you should follow. You should seek after. You should seek after that path. Why? It is Shreyasam Hetu. It is the cause of all welfare for oneself. And that path is also santapa varjitaha. It does not have any distress for you in that path. So this is emphasizing that sadhu vartamanu vartanam, that the previous sadhus, whatever the path they have followed, you should follow on to the same path. Now here Jiva Goswami is clarifying this. Tacha sadhu vartma shrutyadi vidyatmakam eva. We should not say my guru is following some random path. I will just go on to follow after him because I am doing sadhu vartma anuvartanam. Many people in this world, they do that. They subscribe to some gurus and then they go ahead and say, my guru has instructed me to do this and I'm going to do because he is also doing that, which will be not in line with the scriptures. But here Jiva Goswami says, sadhu vartma means shuddhyadi vidhi atmakam. It should be filled with references from the scriptures or rules prescribed in the scriptures. It should not be deviating from the scriptures. It should be in line with the scriptures. Even the path of the sadhu. If the path of the sadhu is not in line with the scriptures, then it is not a path of the sadhu. That's what he is claiming here. So we have to be careful. And immediately Rupa Goswami himself is clarifying in the next verse also the same point. Brahma Yamalecha Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatra Vidhimmina Aikantiki Harehe Bhaktihi Utpataya Eva Kalpate. So if the Hari Bhakti, if the Bhakti to devotional service to Hari, even if it is aikantiki means it's very much fixed Bhakti. Even if it is fixed Bhakti toward Hari, if it doesn't follow Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Pancharatra, all these scriptures, if it doesn't follow those scriptures, then it is simply a disturbance. It leads to a disturbance to the society. Utpatayeva kalpate. It leads to disturbance. Let's look at the Jiva Goswami commentary here. Tataga tat akarane doshamaha shruti iti. So the fault of not following the path by the sadhus, which are mentioned, which are in line with the scriptures. If you don't follow that, what is the fault here? It's mentioned. Shrutyadeha api atra Vaishnavanam sva adhikara praptaha tad bhagageva gneha. So when we say here Shruti, Smriti, etc., all these Shastras, we should not think that, okay, that is said in Sva Purana like this is said in that Purana, Devi Purana, I'm going to follow all these rules. It is said you have to worship Indra, I'm going to do that. No, here it says Shrutyadeha means Vaishnavanam sva adhikara praptaha, whatever is applicable to the Vaishnavas. Only that portion, which means Bhakti scriptures, not all the scriptures. Okay. Why? Because he is quoting from Bhagavatam 11:21-2. Let's look at the verse 11:21-2. Sve sve adhikare ya nishtha saha gunaha prakirtitaha. So if one person is fixed in the path that he is qualified for, then that is a virtue, that is a merit, that is a good thing. Viparyaha tu doshaga syat. If he deviates from the path that is suitable for him, that he is qualified for, then that is actually a dosha, that is a fault. So for Vaishnavas, they are qualified or eligible to follow the Bhakti scriptures. They are not qualified or eligible to follow the Karma scriptures, the scriptures which teach Karma Kanda activities. Or they are not eligible to follow the scriptures which teach the Jnana Kanda process. We are eligible to follow and we are fit to follow the scriptures which are teaching Bhakti. So we have to consider that part alone. Shrutyadi vidim vina iti nastikataya tam na matva ityarthaha natu ajnanena alasyena va tyaktva ityarthaha. Okay. So the question comes, sometimes we perform bhakti to the Lord, especially deity worship. Deity worship is quite complicated in nature. So I forgot to follow some rules. Or I am a little bit lazy person and I skip some rules. Is that considered a disturbance to the society or not? Because you are not exactly following whatever is mentioned in the scripture. You are ignoring some part. because of either laziness or because you do not have proper knowledge about it. Is that a disturbance or is that a bhakti? So here he says, no, that is not a disturbance to bhakti. Though you may progress according to what you have followed, what is the bhava in your heart, plus whatever, how much ever you are putting effort to follow the scriptural injunctions, you will only progress according to the effort you are putting. That is not considered disturbance to the societies. That is still bhakti only. However, if you are not following some rules of the scriptures, bhakti scriptures, because you are a Nastika. Nastika means the person who does not have faith in scriptures. Nastika means, the general understanding people have is that the person who does not have faith in God. No, they may have faith in God, but they do not have faith in scriptures. Scriptures means Vedic scriptures, which he will clarify in the next verse. Who is not having faith in that. I don't believe this. I disagree with the opinion of Bhagavatam. It says like this. I disagree. Or I disagree with the opinion of what the Acharya has mentioned. I will just follow. No, there is no disagree. Disagree means you are not believing in that Acharya's words, or you are not believing in the Shastra words. If you do that, then that bhakti is called a disturbance to the society. Even though you have achieved steadiness in bhakti, if you start doing that, it becomes disturbance to the society. And why it is not a problem if you have ignored some rules because you are not aware of the rules, or because you are lazy to follow the rules. Why that is not a disturbance? Why it is still accepted as bhakti? Because Jiva Goswami is quoting another verse, 11 to 35. Yanasthaya naraha rajanna pramadyeta karichit. This is talking about devotional service. So here he is saying, I think the Navayogendras are speaking here. Yeah. Anyways, so that if you have taken the bhakti process, then you will never be bewildered. Pramadyeta. You will never be bewildered. Dhavan nimilyava netre. So if you close your eyes tightly, and then you run in that path of bhakti, you don't fall down. Na patet, you don't fall down. And na skalet, you don't get tripped also. Not just simply not falling, but you don't get tripped and then shaken in your path. You will always progress. So this is only applicable to closing your eyes means you are actually ignoring some of the rules of scriptures because you are a lazy person or you are ignorant of that particular rules. Then it is okay because this verse is supporting that fact, but not because of not having faith in that. That is not accepted as good bhakti. So I wanted to complete the next verse also, but I think we are running out of time. So we'll stop here. If you have any questions, comments, we can take it.
Yeah, bro. Such a beautiful analysis that you improve. With every clearing our path on the path of devotional service. Such a beautiful class. Thank you very much, bro.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
I have one question.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, not having faith in some of the injunctions of the scriptures is one thing.
Yes,
but sometimes having faith in something that is not from the scriptures, and following that, how does that place? Does anything mentioned in the forthcoming verses or something like that? To adopt some practices which are not from the scriptures and one starts following very religiously.
Something related to that is mentioned in the next commentary where he talks about the Buddhists. The Buddhists follow the words of Buddha, which are not from the scriptures.
Okay.
What is that? So he's just to give, he's saying that actually we don't consider those words as pramana of the Shastra and we don't follow that.
Okay.
So that is a little bit closer to what you're asking, but not exactly. If something is not from the scriptures, but I have some faith that is coming from outside of it. I do not know, Prabhuji. Probably you could.
No, I just that thought came to my mind, I threw the question at you. But thank you very much. It was a very beautiful class.
Yes, thank you so much, friends.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandas pranam.
Very wonderful, Prabhu. Thank you so much for all the explanations. Very nice to hear, actually, Jiva Goswami's, explanations. And the previous acharyas, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur's explanations. It's always very, very sweet to hear from you, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
So we'll stop here. Thank you, devotees, for joining. We'll continue from next week. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Bhajaji.
I'll just say one last thing.
Yes, Prabhu.
That connection that you made with na patet na skhalet iva, that 11th canto verse. It was such a beautiful connection that even out of laziness or ignorance, one is not following certain rules. But that does not count as disturbance to bhakti. But the connection between that verse was so beautiful.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Vysya kripa sindhu paritanam pavaneti vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.